Hi everyone, I'm your host Jalaiya, and if you've ever struggled to describe your daily routine in English, you're not alone. Maybe you've memorized words like wake up and brush teeth, but when it's time to actually speak, your mind goes blank. Sound familiar? Here's a question for you. If someone asked, "What do you do every day?" could you answer smoothly without hesitating? What if you had to describe your whole morning or explain what you usually do on weekends? Would it sound natural or robotic? Today, we're going to solve that problem together. I'll show you how to confidently talk about your daily routine in English. Step by step, we'll explore the most useful vocabulary, break down the grammar, and go through real-life examples you can copy. I'll even guide you through practice exercises so you can build your own daily routine script and actually speak it out loud. And the best part? No boring textbook lessons here. Everything you'll learn today is practical and easy to remember. We're going to learn how to talk like real people do in everyday conversations so you can feel confident speaking English with friends, teachers, coworkers, or even in interviews. Here's something else. Knowing how to talk about your routine isn't just about grammar. It's about connection. When someone asks, "How was your day?" or "What did you do this morning?" you want to respond clearly, naturally, and maybe even with a little personality, right? That's why we're starting this video with 3 simple goals. Learn the most essential words and phrases for daily activities. Understand how to build sentences using the present simple tense. Practice speaking clearly and confidently out loud with me. And don't worry if you've never practiced this before. Even if you feel like your English is not good enough, this is the perfect place to start. I'll make it simple, step by step, and you'll be surprised how quickly you can build fluency with just a few tools. This video is especially helpful if you're preparing for an English exam and need to describe your daily life. You want to improve your casual conversation skills. You're trying to build habits that make English part of your daily thinking. Or maybe you just want to stop saying, I don't know how to explain, every time someone asks what your day looks like. I know how frustrating it can be to feel stuck with words you already know. You've studied vocabulary, you've done the grammar exercises, but it still doesn't feel natural when you speak. That's because real fluency comes from practice in context. That's what this video gives you: context, clarity, and confidence. And yes, we'll be practicing together. I'll give you time to repeat and speak out loud during this video. You won't just listen, you'll be speaking with me. So grab a notebook, get your voice ready, and let's do this together. Ready? Let's begin with the foundation, the core vocabulary you need to describe your day, from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed. Section 2. Core vocabulary for daily routines. Let's get into the heart of building your English skills. Vocabulary. Before you can describe your daily routine, you need to know the right words. The good news? Most of the words you'll need are simple and used every day, so once you learn them, they'll become second nature. We'll break this section into 4 parts: verbs, nouns, adverbs of frequency, and common phrases. We'll go step by step with examples for each. Part 1. Action verbs. The core of your routine, your day, is full of actions. So verbs are your best friends. Let's look at the most common ones you'll use when talking about your daily routine. Wake up. I wake up at 7 a.m. Get up. This means to physically get out of bed. I get up at 7:15. Brush my teeth/my hair. I brush my teeth after breakfast. Take a shower. I take a shower every morning. Get dressed. I get dressed for work. Eat. Breakfast/lunch/dinner. I eat breakfast at home. Go to school/to work. I go to work by bus. Start work/school. I start work at 9 a.m. Finish work/school. I finish school at 3 p.m. Come home/get home. I come home around 5. Relax/rest/take a break. I relax by watching TV. Do homework/housework. I do my homework after dinner. Cook/clean/exercise. I cook dinner with my family. Go to bed/sleep. I go to bed at 10:30. Notice how most of these are simple, clear, and easy to visualize. Don't worry if you don't remember all of them at once. We'll be using them later in context. Part 2. Useful nouns, people, places, and things next. Let's talk about nouns you'll need to make your routine specific. These include objects, places, and time-related words. Alarm clock, bed, bathroom, kitchen, toothbrush, shampoo, towel, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, bus, train, car, bike, office, school, gym, classroom, homework, emails, phone calls, TV, book, music, computer. Example. I turn off my alarm clock and go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and take a quick shower. Then I eat breakfast in the kitchen. The more specific you can be with nouns, the more vivid and natural your routine sounds. Part 3. Adverbs of frequency. How often do you do it? Now, let's add detail. These adverbs tell us how often you do something. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. Example sentences. I always wake up at 6 a.m. I usually eat lunch at school. I sometimes skip breakfast. I never drink coffee in the evening. Use them before the verb for most sentences. These words make your speech more flexible and personal. Part 4. Common phrases sound more natural now that you know verbs and nouns. Here are some everyday phrases to glue your sentences together. I start my day by checking my phone. After that I take a shower. Then I get dressed. On weekdays I go to work. In the evening I usually cook dinner. Before bed I read a book. My favorite part of the day is drinking coffee in silence. Using these phrases helps your routine sound more like natural conversation and less like a list. So, before we move on, let's do a quick review. You learned action verbs like wake up, go, eat, and sleep. You saw common nouns like bus, toothbrush, and lunch. You added adverbs of frequency like usually, sometimes, and never. And you picked up some powerful transition phrases like after that and before bed. Section 3. Present simple grammar structure explained. Now that you have a strong vocabulary base, it's time to build sentences. And the tense you'll be using the most when describing your daily routine is the present simple tense. Why? Because routines and habits are actions that happen regularly, and the present simple is perfect for that. Let's break this down into 4 main parts: positive statements, negative statements, yes/no questions, and pronunciation tips. White heavy checkmark part 1. Positive statements. I wake up at 7 a.m. The basic structure for positive statements in the present simple is subject plus base verb plus s/es for he/she/it. Examples. I wake up at 6 a.m. You eat breakfast at 7. He brushes his teeth after lunch. She goes to work by bus. We have dinner at 8. They sleep early. Now notice this. When we talk about he, she, or it, we add s or es to the verb. This is one of the most common mistakes learners make. Example, correct. She drinks coffee every morning. Incorrect. She drinks coffee every morning. To make it easier, here are some simple rules. Most verbs. Add s, work, works. Eat, eats verbs ending in ch, sh, s, x, or o. Add es, watch, watches. Go, goes verbs ending in y after consonant. Drop the y. Add ies, study, studies practice sentences. He watches TV before bed. She finishes work at 6 p.m. My brother studies in the evening. Crossmark part 2. Negative statements. I don't eat breakfast. Now, let's learn how to say what you don't do. Subject plus don't slash doesn't plus base verb. Examples. I don't eat breakfast. You don't drink tea. He doesn't take the bus. She doesn't wake up early. We don't go to the gym. They don't cook at home. Notice that we don't add s in negative sentences. The doesn't already carries the third person grammar. Compare, he eats lunch at noon. White heavy check mark, he doesn't eat lunch at noon. White heavy check mark not. He doesn't eat. Cross mark practice these out loud. I don't drink coffee at night. She doesn't brush her teeth before bed. They don't watch TV in the morning. Question mark part 3. Yes/no questions. Do you go to school? Asking about someone's daily routine? You'll need to use yes/no questions with do and does. Do/does plus subject plus base verb. Examples. Do you wake up early? Do they take the train? Does he eat breakfast? Does she work on weekends? Short answers. Yes, I do. /no, I don't. Yes, he does. /no, he doesn't. Important. The verb stays in its base form in questions too. Incorrect. Does she eat breakfast? Cross mark correct. Does she eat breakfast? White heavy checkmark practice. Do you exercise every day? Does he go to school by bike? Do they work from home? Speaking head part 4. Pronunciation tips. Sound natural now. Let's talk pronunciation. This is key to sounding fluent. Third person S endings. He works sounds like she brushes sounds like is it goes sounds like examples. He cooks. Cooks she watches TV. Watches it rains. Rains also when speaking quickly. Words connect. For example, I get up at 7 sounds like I get up at 7. He goes to work becomes he goes to work. Repeat these after me. She brushes her hair every morning. He eats lunch at noon. They don't sleep late. Brain, let's review. Here's what we learned about the present simple. Positive sentences follow the pattern. Subject plus verb plus s/es. Negative sentences use don't or doesn't plus base verb. Yes/no questions use do/does plus subject plus base verb. 4. He, she/it. Always remember the S rule. And no double. S in questions or negatives. Pronunciation matters. Don't skip practicing it aloud. Section 4. Real-life daily routine examples. Let's bring everything to life. You've learned the words, you've practiced the grammar. Now it's time to hear what a full daily routine sounds like when spoken naturally. In this section, I'll walk you through 3 real-life daily routine examples. Each one is different, a student, a working professional, and a parent. I'll break down their routines, sentence by sentence, and show you how the language flows together. These are great templates you can use to build your own version later. Adult graduation cap example 1. Maria, the university student. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a student at a local university. I usually wake up at 7:30 in the morning. I get up, brush my teeth, and take a quick shower. Then I get dressed and go to the kitchen to make breakfast. I usually eat toast and drink a cup of tea. After breakfast, I pack my bag and walk to the bus stop. I take the bus to school, which takes about 20 minutes. My classes start at 9 a.m., so I like to arrive a bit early. I usually have 3 classes in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. At lunch, I eat in the campus cafeteria with my friends. We talk about classes, homework, and sometimes gossip a little. In the afternoon, I study in the library or meet with my professors. I finish my classes by 4 p.m., then take the bus home. In the evening, I usually relax. I cook dinner, watch a series, and sometimes scroll on my phone. Before bed, I always review my notes for 15 minutes. I go to bed around 11 p.m. Notice how Maria's story includes a nice mix of present simple verbs, frequency adverbs like usually, and sequencing phrases like after, then, and before. Her speech sounds natural and structured. You can easily use her format for your own student routine. Man office worker example 2. David, the office worker. My name is David. I work in an IT company downtown. My alarm goes off at 6:15 a.m., but I usually hit snooze once or twice. I finally get up at around 6:30. First, I take a shower and get dressed. Then I go to the kitchen and make coffee. It's the most important part of my morning. I eat a light breakfast, usually cereal or toast, and read the news on my phone. At 7:30, I leave the house and drive to work. I get to the office by 8 a.m. My workday starts with checking emails and planning my tasks. I have a team meeting at 9, and then I focus on programming tasks for the rest of the morning. Lunch is at noon. I often go out to a nearby restaurant with coworkers. In the afternoon, I work on reports or help other teams with technical issues. I usually finish by 5:30 and head home. When I get home, I take a short walk with my dog. Then I relax, cook dinner, and spend time with my wife. We usually watch Netflix or read. I go to bed around 10:30 p.m. David's routine is very typical of a full-time worker. Did you notice how he used time phrases like at 7:30, by 8 a.m., and around 10:30? These help make his routine more precise and relatable. Also, he mixes daily tasks with personal habits like walking the dog and spending time with family. Family Woman Girl example 3. Sophia, the busy parent, hello. I'm Sophia, and I'm a full-time mom with 2 kids. My day starts early, very early. I usually wake up at 5:30 a.m. Before the kids wake up, I try to have some quiet time. I drink coffee, check my messages, and plan the day. At 6:15, I wake up the kids and help them get ready for school. I make breakfast, usually eggs, toast, and fruit. At 7:15, we leave the house and I drive them to school. When I get back, I clean the kitchen, do laundry, and sometimes go grocery shopping. I usually eat a quick lunch around noon. In the afternoon, I either work from home on my small online business or run errands. At 3 p.m., I pick up the kids and help them with their homework. The evenings are busy. We cook dinner together, clean up, and sometimes play games or watch a movie. After they go to bed around 8:30, I take a little time for myself, maybe a bath or some reading. I usually go to bed around 10. Sophia's example includes both fixed and flexible tasks. She uses frequency adverbs like usually and sequencing language like after they go to bed. Her story shows how a routine can mix personal, family, and work tasks. Direct hit why these examples work. What do all 3 routines have in common? Clear sentence structures in the present simple. A mix of specific actions and common routines. Use of natural transitions like after that, then usually and before. Emotion and personality, you get a sense of who they are. This is what you should aim for when building your own daily routine. Don't just list tasks. Make it a story. Include your personal touch. What you like, what you don't, what makes your day unique. Section 5. Practice time, build and speak your routine. Now it's your turn. Let's build your daily routine, piece by piece, and speak it out loud together. Don't worry about being perfect. This section is all about practice and fluency. I'll guide you step by step. First, I'll ask you a question. Then, I'll give you a sentence starter. After that, I'll pause so you can speak your answer aloud. Ready? Let's start from the morning. Sunrise morning routine. What time do you wake up? Try saying, I usually wake up at. What do you do right after waking up? Say, after I wake up, do you eat breakfast? What do you eat? Say, I eat for breakfast. Do you drink coffee, tea, or something else? Say, I usually drink in the morning. How do you get to school or work? Say, I go to work/school by great. You've just built your morning routine. Let's keep going. 9 o'clock work or study routine. What time does your school or work start? Try. My classes/work start at. What do you usually do in the morning? Try. In the morning, I usually. Do you take breaks? When? Say, I take a break at, or I usually take a break after. What time do you have lunch? Say, I have lunch at, and I eat for lunch. What do you do in the afternoon? Say, in the afternoon or after lunch, I usually. You're doing great. Keep speaking. Even if you make mistakes, the goal is fluency and confidence. Cityscape at dusk, evening routine. What time do you come home? Try. I come home at, or I get home around. What do you do after you get home? Say, after I get home, I usually in the evening. Do you cook, relax, study, or spend time with family? Say, in the evening, add details. What do you do before bed? Try, before bed or at night, what time do you go to bed? Say, I go to bed at, or I usually sleep at. Brain now, let's build the full routine now. Take all the sentences you just practiced and try to say your entire daily routine from morning to night. I'll give you about 30 seconds to do it. Just start with, I usually wake up at, and keep going. Long pause for full routine speaking. You did it. Even if it wasn't perfect, you've just spoken your full daily routine in English. Repeat button practice tips. Here's how to keep improving. Repeat this video section daily for 1 week. Write your routine down. Then say it aloud from memory. Record yourself speaking and listen back to catch errors. Add more details as you get more confident. What do you listen to? Who do you talk to? What do you feel during the day? Remember, fluency comes from repetition and real practice, not perfection. The more you speak, the easier it gets. You made it to the end, and that means you've just taken a powerful step towards speaking English more confidently. Let's take a moment to recap everything we covered in this video. This isn't just about remembering vocabulary or grammar. It's about building a real skill you can use every day. First, we started with essential vocabulary. You learned verbs like wake up, eat, and go, and nouns like alarm clock, breakfast, and bus. These are the building blocks of your routine. Then we added adverbs of frequency like usually, sometimes, and never, to give your speech more variety and personality. Next, we dove into present simple grammar, the core tense used for talking about habits and routines. You practiced how to create positive sentences, negative sentences, and yes/no questions. You also learned how to avoid one of the most common mistakes, forgetting the S with he, she, or it. Then, we heard 3 real-life routine examples from Maria, David, and Sophia. Each routine was different, but the structure was the same. Clear sentences, useful time expressions, and a natural flow. These examples are great templates for you to borrow from. After that, we moved into practice mode. You built your own routine, step by step. You answered questions, repeated sentence patterns, and spoke aloud. If you followed along, you've already created your own English routine and said it with your voice. And most importantly, you didn't just learn, you spoke. That's the key. Listening helps, reading helps, but nothing improves speaking like speaking. Even if it felt a bit awkward at first, the more you repeat, the more confident you'll sound. So, where do you go from here? My advice is simple. Keep going. Rewatch this video once a week. Repetition builds fluency. Write out your routine and update it over time. Add more verbs, more variety, more personality. Practice with a partner if you can. Ask them, what's your daily routine? And share yours too. Use your phone to record yourself once a week. Then listen back and improve your clarity. The more you speak, the easier it gets. You'll stop hesitating. You'll stop translating in your head. And you'll start communicating naturally. And if you're thinking, but my English still isn't perfect, that's okay. Fluency doesn't mean perfect grammar. It means being understood, being confident, and being real. Before we go, I have a quick challenge for you. In the comments below, write 1 sentence from your daily routine using the present. Simple. For example, I go for a walk every morning. I cook dinner with my family. I study English before bed. Let's build a big list together and help each other grow. And if this video helped you even a little, I'd love it if you could hit the like button and subscribe for more clear, practical English lessons like this. Your support helps this channel grow, and it means the world to me. You're doing something amazing by learning a new language. Keep going. Keep speaking. And remember, every sentence you practice brings you closer to fluency. Thanks for learning with me today. See you in the next video.